Hello, everybody. My name is Graham Elwood, and you are watching The Political Vigilante. Truth rising up, making Gotham great again. So, last week, June 15th, a big ruling by the Supreme Court. This is a significant thing. I was happy that this happened. Supreme Court delivers major victory to LGBTQ employees, June 15th. This was a big deal. I'm glad this got passed. I'm very critical of Obama. One of the things he did well was I'm glad he passed gay marriage. Everyone should be able to get married. Everyone should have the same rights as everybody else. That's what the Constitution claims, right? We all get the same rights. U.S. Supreme Court ruled Monday that the 1964 Civil Rights Act protects gay, lesbian, and transgender employees from discrimination based on sex. Good. And another thing, I'm tired of the evangelicals forcing their family values crap down all of our throats. But you know what else the Supreme Court passed that same day that nobody talked about? This is weird. See this? And this was a victory to be celebrated. People are on social media. This is a good victory. I'm glad. Very good friend of mine, Scott Kennedy. I went to Iraq with him 3 times. He was a stand-up comic that went over there 50 times. He was an amazing guy. And he was a gay man, and he was doing shows for the United States military in a country that wasn't allowing him legally to get married. He died in 2013 before it got passed. So I was glad, this is friends of mine, this is a big deal. But typical, true to form, always a distraction from what's really going on with the ruling class. What did the ruling class get done? What did the Supreme Court do to help big corporations and screw the earth over? Oh, removes the hurdle for an $8 billion Atlantic Coast pipeline. Dominion Energy, Duke Energy are major investors in the pipeline project. Oh, I talked about this Atlantic pipeline. They're using the same tactics. They're just keeping it quieter than Standing Rock. They realize, we won't go. We'll try to avoid any Native American reservations, so then there won't be any big protests. We'll just snake it through government land and poor rural communities, and it won't cause a big hubbub. Supreme Court says pipeline may cross underneath the Appalachian Trail. But I'm sure Ruth Bader Ginsburg, right? RBG, she's a resistor, right? She's got a pretty good record, right? RBG, we can't lose her. If that's another reason we got to vote for Biden, so we can have another liberal judge on the court. 7-2. Sotomayor and Kagan were the 2 that voted against it. That means Ruth Bader Ginsburg voted in favor of overturning one part of a lower court decision that has blocked construction of the Atlantic Coast Pipeline. The proposed pipeline would run from West Virginia to population centers in Virginia and North Carolina. In central Virginia, the pipeline would cross hundreds of feet underground beneath the Appalachian Trail, where the trail runs through the George Washington Natural Forest. Oh, great. Going to go through the Appalachian Trail and a forest. Of course, the oil companies in the articles, it'll be safe. Oh, right. And oil pipelines are always safe until they aren't, until they leak, but then they're not safe. If we were dispersing water throughout the country, parts of the country that were flooded, I've been talking about this for 3 years. Parts of the country, imagine there's parts of the country that get flooded, heavy rains, like what happened a year ago last spring in the Midwest. They had awful rains. Only 58% of the crops were harvested. What if we could drain that water out of there and then deliver it to parts of the country that are having droughts? California had a bad drought for about 4 or 5 years, from 2011 to 2015. Georgia had a really bad drought years ago. Hurt their crops, right? Well, imagine. We're going to use it for oil so that Duke Energy and Dominion asshole energy conglomerate of fucksticks gets their money. In overturning the Fourth Circuit decision, the Supreme Court concluded 7-2 that the Forest Service did not have legal authority. That Forest Service did have legal authority to grant the permit. So the lower court said the Forest Service did not have legal authority. It got kicked up to the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court, which is bought and paid for by big corporations too, see? So even that argument, like, we got to protect RBG, that's another reason we get Biden in there. Do you think Biden is going to put someone that'll vote against a pipeline in the Supreme Court? Okay, neoliberals, I hope Biden wins. And then when he puts this, was anyone talking about this? Was Anderson Cooper talking about this pipeline? Was he? Rachel Maddow, she's openly gay. So she was probably talking about the LGBT thing. Again, I'm glad the LGBT thing passed. But was she talking about this? Because you know what? Oil companies buy ad time on MSNBC and Fox and CNN. We could have a pipeline network that would put Americans to work. It wouldn't, there could, if something leaked and there was flooding, but you would have all these shut-off things and there would just be a little bit of flooding. You could shut it off. And, flooding can hurt people, but it doesn't contaminate the soil. What would you rather be flooded by, oil or water? We're going to talk like potential disasters, worst case scenario. The Fourth Circuit Court of Appeals revoked the Forest Service permit on 4 different grounds, only one of which was appealed to the Supreme Court. So even that vote any blue will do rhetoric of we gotta get the Supreme Court, but when push comes to shove, okay, so the big issue, right? Roe v. Wade, we're all afraid we're gonna lose Roe v. Wade. We protected right? And it's important when it comes to push comes to shove, when it comes to money, when it comes to the ruling class. And believe me, Biden will get in there and protect Roe v. Wade, and the left, well, the fake left, the fake resistance, the neoliberals will fall asleep, gently going back to brunch while shit like this gets passed. And even if, we stack the courts full of liberal judges, they'll be socially liberal, but they will be corporate stooges, front to back. There they are, gang, fighting for us when push comes to shove. And that's the concession that the neoliberal will make. Well, at least we got the out. My thing is, why can't we have both? Why do you always just take table scraps? No. I want LGBTQ people to have equal rights like everyone else, and I don't want fucking pipelines. I'm done with all of it. And I want to cut the military budget in half, and I want to defund the police. And I want to cut the police funding in half and give the rest of that money to social services. I want everyone to have free health care. Well, those are pie in the sky. No, they're not. They're pie in the sky to dumbass liberals living in the suburbs that are they're doing okay and don't want to fight for working class people. It's pie in the sky if you partake in this bullshit lie that there's these 2 political parties that are 7-2 the Supreme Court voted. You got to come here to get this news because nobody else is talking about it. Like, share, subscribe, support the show any way you can. Patreon, Rockfin. I've got a PayPal button on my GrahamElwood.com. I've got merchandise and stuff at GrahamElwood.com. There's great free ways to support the show, so share me on social media, all that stuff. Because I do this show because you support me. Duke Energy and the Keystone Pipeline Gang, they don't support this show. You do. Thank you. Hey everybody, like, share, and subscribe. Hit the bell notification button and the subscribe button, even if you've done it before, because they're unsubscribing, many of you, every day. Watch the ads all the way through. If you click skip ad, I don't get paid. Also, support us at patreon.com/GrahamElwood or rockfin.com/GrahamElwood. Rockfin.com is a blockchain cryptocurrency platform. All my videos are on Rockfin ad-free. Thanks for watching.